Cincinnati does opening day unlike any other city. Fans all decked out in red for the kickoff of the baseball season.
If you're a real live Cincinnatian, you gotta come to the parade.
We're taking you back through the decades of Reds opening day celebrations, showing you the parades of the past and the history behind it all.
It's such a tradition. Yeah, it's a Cincinnati thing. You got to do it.
Plus, you'll see some familiar faces.
And while many things have changed over the years, one thing hasn't: Cincinnati's love of this unofficial holiday.
Yeah, I consider it as a holiday more than just any old Reds game day.
Go Reds!
Let's go Reds!
From WLWT, leading the way with opening day, it's Cincy's hometown holiday.
Thanks for joining us. The sights and sounds of opening day never get old for Cincinnati Reds fans.
It's the day we've been waiting for months. Not only as spring arrived, but also the start of baseball season.
And no other city celebrates like Cincinnati. The parade has been a signature of opening day for more than 100 years.
WLWT News 5's John London steps things off by taking us back to the 91st annual parade in April of 2010.
Flag in one hand, pom-pom in the other, she's one of a parade of people who skip work every year to be here. Because she just flat out loves the vibe.
Everybody together just having fun, and you just forget about everything else and just, it's Reds today.
Race streets savored the friendly weather as well as the friendly and famous faces, posing for pictures with Mayor Mark Mallory, waving to Bronson Arroyo, who got a kick out of riding in his first. More than 200 floats, bands, mascots.
Let's go Reds!
All part of baseball's blend, the hope of a new season thrumming in the young eyes that line the streets, replenishing the kid in all of us.
And I go back to the days of Peanut Jim and so on, but this is really a national holiday for the city of Cincinnati.
Originally from Iowa, this family drove up from Augusta, Georgia to be here. The 91st edition was among the largest and perhaps the most photographed event of the year. For a few festive hours, the social norms that divide us don't seem to matter. We unify in a city where the great American pastime was born.
Exactly.
Then on opening.
That's why I love it. That's why I love it. That's why I come down here.
This year's parade is the first since the passing of Reds legend Pete Rose. He made his team debut on opening day back in 1963, playing 19 seasons and later becoming manager.
Back in 1987, former WLWT sports director George Vogel caught up with baseball's all-time hit leader to reflect on his first opening day with the team.
It's hard to believe, on this very day 25 years ago, it all began for Pete Rose. April 8th, 1963, 21-year-old Peter Edward Rose was in the Reds' opening day lineup at Crosley Field.
When they came down by the dugout and they started snapping the pitchers, it sort of woke me up what was going on, where I was at. Hey, this is opening day in Cincinnati. I'm leading off for the Reds, playing second base. And I sort of got a little bit case of the butterflies.
In not so typical Pete fashion, he went hitless in 3 at-bats on opening day in '63, but there was something typically Pete about the game. He drew a walk in his first at-bat, and his career trademark of hustling down the first base was introduced to the major leagues.
An awful lot of the fellas thought at that time it was a showboat hot dog type thing.
Everybody did until they watched me day in and day out. But you got to remember one thing, George. I ran down to first base when I played at Pete Rose Park down in River Road when I was 9 years old, too. So it wasn't something that I came up with when I made the big leagues.
So Pete got through that first year okay, and it was apparent he would cut it as a player. But it wasn't until 10 years later before anyone figured he'd someday be back here in the Reds dugout as a manager.
Mid-70s, you started thinking about it because, you know, Pete could quote his batting average. He could quote the starting rotation for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
So 25 years later, it's Pete the manager. You wonder if we'll ever have another chance to see Pete the player.
Playing a game of baseball will never be over for me, but as far as playing competitive big league baseball, I think it's probably over, but it's no big deal. There's no reason to make a big announcement about it.
I'm George Vogel, News 5 Sports.
The Reds will honor Pete Rose this season with this special number 14 jersey patch on players' uniforms.
And mark your calendar. May 14th is designated as Pete Rose Night at Great American Ballpark all fans at the game will get a replica of the jersey he wore when the Big Red Machine won back-to-back World Series championships in 1975 and 1976.
Another legend spent 4 seasons of his 19 in the majors with the Reds. Dave Parker, nicknamed the Cobra, grew up near Crosley Field, the Reds' old home, for nearly 60 years.
And back in 2004, he had the honor of serving as the opening day parade grand marshal. Here's our John London once again, who caught up with the baseball great.
He is showing the age of his glory days, but look at the frame, the hands, and the once familiar game face that still suggests the Cobra.
If I had good knees, I'll be trying to play right now, you know. Yeah. And I've seen that pitching at the major league level. I think I can still hit it.
Back when he was a 7-time All-Star, Reds MVP for 3 straight seasons, averaging 30 homers a year with a glove that swatted fly balls as if simply catching them wasn't enough for Dave Parker. He was a powerhouse player on the grand stage of America's summer pastime. And now at 52, he is Grand Marshal of Cincinnati's time-honored Findlay Market Parade, the same place he'd go Saturday mornings as a boy to lug bags of groceries home to the West End.
Now, have they told you what your duties are as Grand Marshal?
Well, I hope it's just sit on the float and wave, you know, do the presidential wave, you know. But I...
you got that down.
Parker spends most of his time these days taking a healthy swing at $1 million business.
Can I help you, sir?
For 10 months now, Popeyes in Forest Park has been his baby. He's brought the Bayou to Cincinnati's northern rim, and he's mighty proud, right down to every last biscuit.
That's Dumbo right there. This is jambalaya. For fast food, we probably got the best sides of any fast food restaurant, and we got a lot of them.
As Parker showed us around, I checked the media guide and noted his southern roots. Yes, he was raised here, Poplar Street, Quarter Tech, but he was born in Mississippi.
Dump it out, put your chicken in there, latex gloves, and you rotate it like this. Tumble it with open hands. It's a technique to this.
He is Grand Marshal this year as the parade honors the memory of the late Marge Schott, and he considers it an honor. Sees a certain irony to it given past controversies, but believes she'd be for it. One can almost hear her saying in Schott speak, "That's just terrific, honey."
I'm standing behind the cage and I'm critiquing swings and I'm telling guys, you know, things to do. And I feel this soft hand grab my hand, and I look down and it's Mrs. Schott, and she's just looking up with that big smile, you know. Yeah, I think that she would enjoy the fact that I'm doing this.
Our thanks again to John London. And of course, Dave Parker will be inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in July.
Congrats to him. Now, the parade grand marshal isn't always a famous name. Former WLWT reporter Lee Searcy shows us a special kid who got to forget about his personal battle for one day back in 2000.
It's 8 in the morning. 12-year-old Robbie Schlensker is about to step out for the day of his life. But first, Robbie can't leave without this, or his treasured Reds ball cap.
All I know is I just get to be ahead of the parade.
On this day, sporting number 30, Robbie gets to forget about hospitals and doctors and the fact he lost part of his left leg because of bone cancer. On this day, Robbie is rooting for the Big Red Machine and hoping
that I get to meet Ken Griffey Jr.
But being a Grand Marshal is no consolation prize.
He didn't sleep at all.
Yeah, I can't sleep. Settle down. You'll be all right.
So the sooner you fall asleep, the faster tomorrow will get here.
A stretch limo arrives at Robbie's house.
Sweet.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity Robbie truly appreciates.
You just don't take stuff for granted anymore, and you just go along with it and just do your best.
6-year-old Whitney Ramus knows what it's like getting the royal treatment. She too is a Grand Marshal, and she too is battling cancer. But like Robbie, on this day, Whitney gets to leave behind needles and treatment and just enjoy being a kid.
Now, the parade that we all know and love hasn't always looked the same.
Yeah, back in 1989, former WLWT reporter Michael Collins spoke to the widow of former Reds owner Sid Wheel. She got to see nearly every parade from the very beginning.
Opening day parades have been around now since 1920. That was the year after Cincinnati had won the World Series to the Black Sox. The parades were a lot different back then. Just ask Florence Weil. She's seen them all. Well, all but one.
When my son was born on April the 14th, that year, I had to stay home.
Back then, the parades were quite a show.
The gates were all open, and they would come in, parade in right into the park. And then, of course, they would get a standing ovation, and they would play, and it was really very, very exciting.
And always exciting for Florence, who at 95 literally lived with the Reds for a while as the wife of Sid Weil. He was a Cincinnati car dealer who bought the team in 1928 when it was rumored they might leave town. Sound familiar?
Did Sid just walk in one day and say, honey, I'm going to buy the Reds?
That's exactly the way he said it, too. He says, honey, I'm going to make a try for it. I thought it was taking an awful chance. He didn't do it because he thought he'd make a lot of money out of it. But he did it because baseball was in his blood. You just can't believe how he loved baseball.
Sid would own the team during the Depression, a rough time for all of baseball, but even then, there was always one day that was a sellout.
Every uncle and every aunt and every cousin, everybody wanted to see their people in the parade.
It's more than just a game, it's memories that Florence will bring to this 68th opening day, and as always, Sid will be with her.
I'm sure he's there in spirit. He wouldn't have missed it for the world.
Michael Collins, News 5 on the night.
We have much more to share with you as we celebrate opening day.
Coming up, we'll literally flip through the pages of history and show you how some fans make this unofficial holiday a family tradition. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon, I'm Clyde Gray, and if you're just joining us, you're getting in on a special opening day edition of News 5 Midday.
I'm Jerry Springer. What could be called the city's pep rally for the Reds' first game, the annual Findlay Market Opening Day Parade, is continuing its stroll through the streets of Cincinnati. The traditional opening day parade got underway just half an hour ago. The 68th annual event down Ray Street kicks off the Reds' opening day season. Lots of floats, bands, drill teams, and all along the parade route, thousands of Reds fans.
Welcome back to our opening day special. That was a flashback from 1988 and our parade coverage with former WLWT anchors Jerry Springer and Clyde Gray.
Opening day has so much history. One man with a special connection to the team decided to write a book about it. WLWT News 5 reporter Todd Dykes spoke with him back in 2004.
Only in Cincinnati. That's what this man said when he sat down to write a book about opening day baseball.
Because there is no other team, there is no other city that has embraced the tradition of opening day in baseball like Cincinnati has. It's an absolutely unique experience.
It's an experience Greg Rhodes knows very well. Now the Reds team historian, Rhodes is also co-author of Opening Day along with baseball writer John Arardi.
We have an opening day tradition here that extends back almost 100 years.
It's a tradition that revolves around Reds greats of yesteryear. Here's Pete Rose before his first game back in 1963. There's a young Johnny Bench. Here, Frank Robinson and Veda Pinson joke around. And what's opening day without a glimpse of a great manager named Sparky?
As Sparky Anderson put it, it's a holiday, a baseball holiday. Ain't no other place in America got that.
And nothing says holiday like a parade.
Well, the parade actually started in honor of the Reds winning the 1919 World Series.
And so began the annual Findlay Market Opening Day cavalcade of cars, horses, marching bands, lawnmowers even. Well, you get the idea. It's a Cincinnati original.
That really is what helps separate from every other opening day experience.
Today, there are close to 200 parade entries.
What we really ask people to do is try to entertain the crowd.
And in years past, one of the biggest entertainers, former team owner Marge Schott, who kicked the parade off with a loud bang. But while there are plenty of sights and sounds these days, There have been some lean years for the big march to the ballpark.
Back in the old days when it was Crosley Field, it was the Roger Bacon Band, a couple of people from Findlay Market, and it was more like a pub crawl. I think we hit I like to say we hit every bar and every other alley.
But those are the kinds of memories that make opening day in the parade so unique.
Now you have generations and generations and generations, and my dad took me to the game, and my grandfather and his father. So all of a sudden you have 3 and 4 generations that go back.
And with that kind of legacy, it's easy to understand why so many people go to such lengths to catch the parade in progress.
And even when I was in school, I took the day off to come down. I mean, Cincinnati's national holiday, that's what I like to call it.
Some Reds fans make opening day a yearly tradition that they must see it in person. And for one family, they make it a true family affair.
Let's flash back to 1999 and former WLWT reporter Wendy Giacchetti on the 3 generations of Reds fans.
There's the man that caught the ball right on top of my head at opening day, and I never forgot that.
Your first opening day.
My first opening day, age of 9.
From Kai Kyler to Joe Nuxall, Wally Mayer's Reds memories are endless. So too is his collection.
Oh, Johnny Bench autographed this bat to me.
Opening day is a ritual for this season ticket holder from Hamilton. It's like returning from summer vacation as a child, a chance to renew acquaintances.
You can appreciate that, repetitive games year after year after year. You form friendships with those around you.
This is the 1976 souvenir bat when the Reds swept the Yankees. Now, here are some stats on the Mayer family. Wally has 52 opening days under his belt. His son has 30, and his grandson, who is only 15, has 13 openers under his belt.
Truly a family affair. Truly is.
Adding to the family's passion, Mayer recently remarried to a Reds reveler as ardent as he is.
You hear about it from when you're small. It's on the radio. I can remember as a teenager in the 50s. You'd walk down the street, the doors would be open because it's summertime. You could hear the Reds on different radios from house to house to house.
With the cracking of the bats just hours away, 3 generations prepare to carry on the family tradition.
We'll have a breakfast. We'll then go on down and watch the parade. We always watch the parade on the corner. We watch that, and then we go to the stadium and watch the game. And after the game, then we have a post-game celebration, and hopefully the Reds will have won another opening day.
A lot has changed over the years, from the ballpark to the food.
Former WLWT reporter Ann Reskin shows us concessions they were serving up for opening day at Riverfront Stadium back in 1985.
I want 2 small beers, 2 super dogs, 1 cigar, 1 order of peanuts.
And you thought people came to the stadium to watch the game. Well, they do that too, but baseball just wouldn't be baseball without the concession stands.
The food this year at Riverfront is basically traditional fare: Mets, brats, sauerkraut, hot dogs, hamburgers, and cigars.
One of the newest additions to concessions at the stadium is the margarita stand.
How's business today? It's a little nippy for margaritas.
Yeah, it started cold. It's going kind of slow today, but hopefully it'll pick up.
Actually, the cold weather didn't seem to deter too many people from consuming cold beverages, although the hot chocolate drinkers in the crowd were easy to spot, and the warm bar area was packed. Not all concessions are to be consumed, of course. There's all the baseball memorabilia to spend money on.
Selling mostly hats because everyone wants to wear red for the opening day today, and a lot of long sleeve shirts because it's cold and windy.
What does Janet think will be really hot items this season?
Rose jerseys and rose pennants. That, I think, will be good sellers this year.
Pete Rose is definitely going to be good for business. At Riverfront Stadium, Ann Reskin, News 5.
Just ahead, we'll take you to a popular post-parade gathering spot.
Opening day, Cincy's hometown holiday returns in just a moment.
Cincinnati, Ohio, birthplace of professional baseball and annual host to the opening of the baseball season. The Findlay Market Parade continued a long-time tradition. Red Cross bicyclists brought the opening day baseball from Washington, D.C. And crowds headed back to Riverfront for the start of another baseball season.
That was a flashback from opening day 1981. Now let's flash forward 3 decades to 2012, when the Banks became more of a gathering spot after the parade.
WLWT News 5's Brian Hamrick talked to fans who didn't need a ticket to the opening day game to have fun.
It's where the history of Reds opening day meets its latest prospect. A block party on the front doorstep of the Great American Ballpark.
This is something that's going to be a new tradition here in Cincinnati.
The streets closed down and the enthusiasm ramped up as a post-parade gathering spot is created that, for the first time, also includes those without a ticket, like Joy Fisher.
I think it'll just bring more people out every year.
She found the Holy Grail, at least the restaurant, where they've been in search of a way to prepare for this huge event that has never been held before.
You know, all the bars down here kind of collaborate to put stuff together. We've got backup trucks of stock, of beer, of food, all different items.
The event is a Reds fan magnet. While it's designed for fun, keep in mind there's lots on the line here. This is the first time the Banks project has come to the plate in a major event, with a chance to begin to fulfill its prophecy. Something Sean O'Connor believes will happen. He just moved into the condos here.
It's a grand opening. The Grail's been open now for just a little over a year, and all these new businesses, and phase 2 is getting ready to start. So again, it's a celebration of Cincinnati,
where thousands were on hand to witness the birth of a new tradition.
Thanks for joining us as we celebrate the start of another Red season.
And we hope to see each of you weekday mornings on WLWT News 5 Today.